Hello and welcome back to Brick Army. My name's Steve, and today we have for you a model by a new manufacturer, to me anyway, by the name of Jie Star. This is their Viper, the American attack helicopter. So, usual format, we will do a 60-second speed build. I'll show you some pics from different angles of the finished model, and then we'll get into the review. So let's crack on and build. So welcome back. Right. Ooh, nearly dropped it. This thing. What do we reckon to this then? Well, let's start first of all the usual way. Instructions. Small booklet. The instructions are generally okay. However, I found in places that, for instance, it would give you the list of the bricks and then ask you to build 2 or 3 little things and then add them together, which is fine, that's fairly normal. However, it will quite often show you how to build 2 things but not the third one to bolt together, which you can work out. It's not particularly difficult, it's just slightly annoying, that's all. So I would put the instructions slightly under average on that. The quality of the bricks though is excellent, no problems there whatsoever. Nothing, no warpage, no missing bricks, and almost exactly the right amount of bricks. I think that was 2 bricks over. Everything fits together nicely. You get 2 minifigures with it, both pilots, which, as you can see, I'm going to lift the canopy up. Right in there, and quite nicely you can lift the canopy up, which is something that's certainly on the MI-24 you open the canopy up and it will ping off, so that's quite nice. Now overall this was quite good fun, I've got to say. When I saw the that it was just under 600 pieces, I thought, oh, this won't take too long. It took longer than I expected to do, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. I certainly feel like I certainly got my money's worth in enjoyment and engagement out of this. Some of the things that are quite nice on this, first of all, you have printed bricks. So there's no decals, transfers, anything like that. It's all printed on here. However, that does mean that, for instance, things like the US marking there is just in black on the grey, so it's not a red, white and blue or anything like that, which is a little bit of a shame. A little bit of colour would have been quite nice to this, but I'll take the printed bricks. So I think this is pretty good actually. One of the things that really surprised me about this is that it's not very fragile. I was expecting, when I saw obviously the landing skids and the pylons on the wings, thinking, oh, here we go. Things, you know, you touch them and they're going to fall off, but actually, you tap that, wobble it a bit, it's not going to fall off. The landing struts are, the way they're constructed is pretty good actually. They're very solid, so there's no chance of them collapsing. Even the gun at the front, you know, knock that around a little bit, doesn't come off. As I say, canopy, you can lift that up, doesn't come off. This is actually very well thought out. So, and also obviously got to show you the rotors. That spins remarkably easily, as does the tail rotor. The only two things that, and these are fairly minor complaints, is if you push the rotors the wrong way, because they're on hinges here, they will sort of come away, which I suppose if you were doing a carrier sort of model, then that would be useful, I suppose. And perhaps if you're putting it on a shelf that isn't particularly deep, that could be useful. But yeah, if you spin it the wrong way, they will deform slightly. And the other thing that I didn't particularly like was here. Basically, holding the rear of the tailplane on, you're on two nodes, and that will flex a little bit. It wouldn't take a lot. It's reasonably stable, but it won't take a lot for that to come off. But after all, this is Lego. This is not something like Tamiya or FX, where if it breaks, it breaks. You can obviously stick it back together. So this was £11, and I think for £11 this is an excellent model. It's an awful lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. The detail is reasonable. They've certainly made the effort here. I've got no complaints really about the design. Overall, the design is pretty accurate to the real thing, so Jie Star had commended on that. It's a good little model, and for £11 I've got no real complaints about this at all. So I will definitely be getting some more models from Jie Star of different types, just to see what they're like. It does seem to me to be that certain manufacturers do seem to specialise in certain types of models. So for instance, rear bricks tend to be on aircraft. So I'm actually looking forward. I have got a rear bricks tank, for instance. So I'm quite looking forward to seeing how they do when changing out of their comfort zone, as it were. Same with Jie. They seem to mostly do tanks, but I do have a Spitfire of theirs, so I will be bringing that to you shortly to let you know how that is. But this, I can highly recommend this. This is a very good little model. As I say, £11, 600 pieces. Happy days. So, if you have enjoyed this review, which I hope you have, could you please like and subscribe to the channel? That would be fantastic. But if you don't want to do either of those, just keep watching the videos. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.